I am so excited because a lot of you are reacting to my videos and it is in a positive way. I'm actually getting a lot of positive feedback and it is helping me understand what you guys want to watch, want to listen to, and of course some of the conversations that you want to have. Speaking of which, in my last video I did say that if you're broke, do not date, and some of you took that as a bad thing in terms of, so now Mbuvi, you don't want us to get chicks, you don't want us to get guys. What are you trying to say? So this is me trying to demystify what I was talking about in that particular story, in case you probably got it in a different way. I did say that if you're broke, do not date. Why? Because a relationship that has got two people demands a lot, and especially financially on the guy's part. We are in an traditional African society, so the setup is men are expected to provide. Okay, so if you're a guy and you're getting into a relationship, and let's just say, for example, you're in campus, you're relying on your parents to give you money, right? Chances are you don't have a side hustle, so your work is to just study. So what does that mean? You only have time for your classes and for your social life. Probably very little time for your side hustles. Okay, now if you do happen to get a chick who is in campus as well as you are, chances are your expenses are not that much. You know, for example, if you went to KU like I did, KM, you go buy her some chapatis here and there, some chipo here and there. I don't know, is Spooky still there, guys of KU? You know, you get into Spooky, have a few chapos here and there, probably go to that keg base, have a few kegs. I don't know if chicks take keg, but yeah, you know what I mean, right? Or you go to the student center where you can buy her maybe, I don't know what you guys are at the student center nowadays, guy, but then you need to come back to KU and check out. But you get what I mean. Your expenses when you're in campus, sio mingi vile. But when you get out on this other side of life, things are a little bit different, okay? Your campus babe, chances even her, she's getting money from her parents. Sawa. Kumanisha, they are giving her a few coins. She can take care of her hair. She can do her makeup. She can buy her clothes. She doesn't really need you to do something for her. Sawa. Apart from the occasional babe, chipo. Babe, let's go and get you smoky pasua, my pasua. But now, coming on the other side of life, which is now after campus, things are a little bit different. Chances are your chick is also hustling as equally as you. Sawa. And her demands have also changed. She needs her hair made. And now she's not going for your kawaida matuta or your lines or your small braids. She's going for something bigger and better. Okay? So are you able to afford that lifestyle at that particular time in your life? Chances are you cannot. Okay? And I know somewhere in that video I did say hit and run. But guys, I do not literally mean go and start just hitting chicks and then just run, because that also has its own consequences. We don't want you catching gonorrhea or syphilis or HIV or getting someone pregnant and you were not ready for that pregnancy. Sawa. Now, getting back to the whole situation of do not date if you are broke. What I'm trying to say is that right now, is if you're a young man, your energy should go into making your future. And when I say energy, I do not mean your libido. I mean like your intellect, your intellectual energy, your emotional energy. It should go towards developing yourself and taking yourself to a better level than you are right now. So if you've just malizaed campus, for example, your first instinct shouldn't be let me get married or let me marry. No, even for the chicks, your first instinct right now shouldn't be let me go get married or let me marry. Why? Because you're just not ready financially. And that is the honest truth, guys. You are not ready financially. You as a man, first of all, you need to understand your expenditure. You need to understand the limits of your expenditure. You also need to understand what you can and cannot do as far as the job market is concerned. And you're not going to achieve that if you're struggling every single day to come back to your babe, because relationships have got their own drama and their own energy that they need. Okay, and you will not be able to sustain that if you are in a relationship and you're still trying to struggle to get money, make an income, make ends meet. All right, that's what I meant by do not date if you're broke, because if you've just unless you come from a rich family, unless your last name is Kenyatta, unless your last name is Odinga, unless your last name is Gashagwa, unless your last name is Ruto, my friend, stop. Just do not forget relationships. Okay, you can have girlfriends, you can have boyfriends, and that is fine, that is normal, but do not expect anything from that particular relationship as far as finances are concerned. Okay, and do not start getting angry when you have a girlfriend, then you find out that she has ambabas somewhere, because clearly your pocket is unable to provide for her, and there's someone who's driving a Range Rover, who's driving that big Volvo, who's driving that BMW, who's able to do those things for her. And that is why I said you need to focus on building your future. Why don't you start building your future towards buying that Range Rover? Why don't you start building your future towards buying that Mercedes or BMW? And I'm telling you these things because I feel like if I went back in time like 15 years ago, I would take this advice and literally run with it. Like run with it properly. Because I was brought up by a generation that, and when I say I was brought up by a generation that, I mean my parents, then they fell in love a long time ago, and they somehow navigated through life, and they have been together for over 40. I think now they're headed somewhere towards 50 years of marriage. And for them, they learned to fix things along the way. But the generation that is the millennials and the Gen Zs, we just do not have that energy to keep on fixing relationships. We are, and we have been called this many times, the microwave generation. We want things pop, we want our food faster. That is why every single Gen Z right now in their house, even in their kabed sitter, chances are you have a microwave. Why? Because you want to go to Mama Mboga, buy your, not even Mama Mboga, Kibandansky, buy your chapo, madondo, come and warm them and eat. You do not have time to, or you do not want to struggle to make that chapati, or struggle to make that madondo, or struggle to, make that pilau. You'd rather go buy pilau, come and warm it. And that is why they came up with this whole microwave generation. So, coming back to this whole do not date if you're broke situation, it is because of that same concept. You will see a chick today, you will fall in love with her, but tomorrow you will see another one who probably looks different from the one that you have right now. She has a bigger behind, she has, bigger breasts, or she has this kind of hairstyle, or she's light-skinned, or she's dark-skinned. Like, we keep on evolving every single day. As millennials and Gen Zs, bado hatuja, we've not found our rhythm, or if we have found our rhythm is very different. Okay, so there are two ways of looking at it. Focus on making your future, building your future. If I had this information a long time ago, I'm telling you right now, I'd be driving a Range Rover. I do not have a Range Rover. I have a car, it's not a Range Rover. It's just a small modest car. At least inafanya kazi. It gets me from point A to point B. But for you, you have the chance to buy your first Mercedes earlier than I bought my first car. You have the chance to buy to build your own home, faster than, I had the similar circumstances and similar chances, I'm not saying that it's bad to fall in love or to be attracted to someone, because it's very natural. You're gonna see a chick, you're gonna fall in love. A chick is gonna see a dude, and you're definitely gonna fall in love. But what am I trying to say? Invest that energy into your relationship, but I feel like the bigger energy should be invested in your future. And I'm not saying you start treating your girlfriend right now like trash because, there's nothing, there's no future. No, I'm not saying that you start treating your boyfriend like trash because he's not making your hair, he's not giving you money for your nails, he's not giving you money for movies, he's not taking you out on dinner dates. I'm not saying that you do that. If your relationship is working, fantastic, and I do hope that you guys spend eternity together. However, what I'm trying to say is, in your relationship right now, it is good to be honest with your partner in terms of your position financially. And when I say your position, I don't mean yours alone. I mean both of you, your man and your chick. Mujiulize, sasa tumemaliza kampo, sindio? Or tuko kampo, sindio? Hii pesa tuko nayo tutaitumia namna gani? ama inatusaidiaje, ama what are the priorities when it comes to our finances? You get what I'm saying? Because you do not want to find yourself in a situation whereby you're broke, you've gotten into a relationship, and then your partner expects you to do exceedingly and abundant, because only God can do that. You understand? There are chicks who will tell you, me, by the way, in an ideal relationship, I expect you to do everything for me. And I showed you a WhatsApp message from my previous video. If you haven't watched it, by the way, just go back there and check it out. Where I had a conversation with this chick who was saying that she needs everything provided for her by her man, including the needs of her, child that she came with from a previous relationship. I'm not saying that that chick is wrong, and I'm not saying she's right either. I am just saying that those are her demands. And you need to talk to your partner to understand their demands. If it's a chick, you need to know if she's that kind of person, so that ujue that you're not going to deal with this person, or she's not worth getting into a relationship with because your values do not align. You understand? The moment your values align financially, then you guys are going to have a relationship. And even if they do not align, they probably won't all of them face north. But if you're okay with your partner's demands facing east, west, south, while yours are facing north, kudos. Then by all means, my brother and my sister, get into that relationship. And also chicks, if you're gonna get into a relationship with a guy, please just be upfront with them and be honest with them and tell them, yo, bro, I expect you to do everything for me, okay? Or you tell them, because there are these chicks who also will tell you, let's do 50-50, let's do 30-70, let's do 40-60, and that is okay. Because we do have, our parents, where you will find that it is the lady or your mother or your, the woman in the relationship taking care of everything, in that relationship. Why? Because their values have aligned in that way. Maybe Mzee is retired, or maybe Mzee was retrenched, or Mzee is, living with a disability. He's unable to get into the job market. So they have aligned themselves in that way. Like, wewe kaa nyumbani, me as the woman, I will do this. And also vice versa. There are women who are told by their husbands, quit your job, quit your 9 to 5, quit your biashara, quit your hustle, whatever it is that you're doing, quit. Me as the man, I will take care of everything. And I'm sure you've seen those examples even in your own relationships. Probably I'm talking about your parents, I'm probably talking about your grandparents, I'm probably talking about your auntie or your uncle, and it's fine, guys. But the point where I was saying do not date if you're broke, basically I was telling you need to check yourself before you get into a relationship, because you will end up disappointed, a lot of heartache. You'll end up hating women, saying ati wanawake manzejo achana na watu. And women will end up hating men, saying ati, oh, you know what, men are dogs, men are trash. No, men are not dogs, men are not trash. Women are not dogs, women are not whores, women are not sluts, all those names that we give women. No, it is just that you aligned yourself with the wrong person. You got into bed with the wrong person. Because trust me, there's a man out there who wants to provide 150% for their woman. Yes? There are men out there who will want to do every single thing financially for their women. And it is okay. There are women out there who are independent. They do not want a man paying their bill. They will walk into Kempinski and you will have a date, but at the end of the day, atatoka hapo na atalipa bili yake. Na ukijaribu kulipa, she will reverse that money or send you money to your M-Pesa. Those women are there. But you need to understand if that is the kind of person that you want to be with. So if you're the kind of person who doesn't have money, do not link up with a woman who wants to go out every single Friday and you can't afford it. If you are going to get into a relationship, don't get into one where there's a woman who wants to be eating pizza every single day. She will never get into the kitchen. And then you end up saying that, I married a lazy woman, or I'm in a relationship with a useless woman. No, you are in a relationship with the wrong person. So you're not in a relationship with a slut. It's just that she's promiscuous. She just wants to sleep around. Okay? So ask yourself, who are you getting into a relationship with? That was the whole idea of don't date if you're broke. But the new slogan is do not date the wrong person. Have a good day or a good night.